Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Hi, my name is Scott Terrio, and I work here. Hi. I'm the theater teacher here, and this is usually every year that we get to do this. It's not every year that we have AIT capstones, but I usually find that it's one of the coolest experiences because, one, I don't have to do much but that's misleading because the students, after most of them have been here 3 years, are able to kind of take the reins and take ownership of their own production and start at the beginning of the year from choosing their material, analyzing their material, and performing and directing their own material with each other. So their working relationship, their feedback towards each other is becoming valuable. Obviously, I come in every now and then, but AIT capstones for theater tend to involve a culmination of everything these guys have been working on for the last 3 years here. So let's turn off cell phones. Yeah. Please, no flash photography. All right. It gets kind of dark. Flash. I know it's only 8 inches up off the ground, but like an actor on a staircase or an actor on a ladder. Flash goes off, anything can happen. But thank you guys for coming. It means so much to us. It means so much to the 3 of them back there that you guys are all here. So thank y'all. Hope y'all enjoy the show.
There's lots more of y'all than I expected. Now, I don't know what you drank, smoked, snorted, or stole that got you locked in here with me today. That's between you and your parole officer. But the state of Texas has agreed that your participation today will count toward your community service. I'm Big Ethel Satterwhite, LBN, and today's pilot program, brought to you by your very own County Sheriff's Department, and forced on us by the Brain Trust in Austin, is built upon the paper-thin notion that better nutrition leads to better health, which somehow leads to better decision-making habits in the long run. And I'll buy that if you will. Now, thank you for agreeing to forego your usual breathalyzer and urine tests for glucose and blood pressure checks instead. Having just looked over those numbers, I think it's best if we throw ourselves into today's lesson before any of y'all start stroking out. Now, if pork rinds and Dr. Pepper are 2 of your major food groups, you are making bad decisions. You cannot be alert and on the ball if all you've had for breakfast is a cigarette, a beer, and a bear claw. Heck, stuff full of junk like that, who wouldn't go out and rob the nearest 7-Eleven? And just like you can stop stealing your grandma's Social Security checks, you can choose to stop shoveling down greasy slop. Now, if you never want to post bail again, remember these four little words. More cabbage and less cookie. Take this cabbage. It's chock full of fiber and vitamins K, C, and B6, with the only drawback being it can give you enough gas to generate 1 day's electricity for a small subdivision in the greater Houston area. On the the other hand, take this cookie. It's a chocolate chip cookie that I made for my husband, O.C. Not that he noticed. He's retired and does nothing but sit in that Barcalounger of his, watching TV, which makes it real easy to forget our wedding anniversary 5 years in a row. But I digress. Back to this cookie, which smells, oh, dang, that smells great! It, doesn't really have that, many usable nutrients, That's gotta be the best thing I have put in my head. Which just goes to show you, you should, pick cabbage every... Oh, who am I fooling? Only a moron wouldn't go for the cookie. Now, those politicians up in Austin wouldn't know reality if it bit them in the butt. So let's cut. Y'all know right from wrong. So just do it. Choke down something green once in a while and stop acting a fool in public. If you won't breathe a word about this to the sheriff, meet me out back. I got a whole Tupperware of these beauties in my cutlery. Now, good luck, via con Dios, and class dismissed. Eleemosynary. E-L-E-E-M-O-S-Y-N-A-R-Y. Eleemosynary. It's my favorite word. Not just because I won with it, either. It's always been my favorite. Eleemosynary. Of or pertaining to alms. Charitable. It's from the Latin, of course. But it's our word now. We're responsible for it. Eleemosynary, like a small song. This is my grandmother. She had a stroke. Could you open the drapes, dear? She can't really talk. I can hear her, though. At least I think I can.
Oh, that's nice. That's warm.
She's 75 years old. I know. She doesn't look it. That's not how I see her.
I filled 50 today.
I know. My grandmother believed she could fly, using only a pair of homemade wings and the proper classical training. In 1985, she made a 10-minute movie, fully professional, of herself and her daughter, my mother, trying them out.
Hello, my name is Dorothea Westbrook. Today I'm going to prove that man, or in this case, woman, can fly without the aid of any motor of any kind, using only the simple pair of wings you see my daughter, Artemis, wearing today. We have an excellent day for the attempt, a bright golden sky, a brisk wind, and air temperatures in the high 40s. Today we'll be trying 2 experiments. First, the very steep hill, and second, the wooden tower.
Sometimes I think all my troubles began in 1985.
I wish I could be flying myself, but arthritis made that impossible. Is the camera going? Splendid. Artie, remember all I taught you.
Spelling the words becomes easy, really. Almost a nuisance. N-U-I-S-A-N-C-E. Nuisance. What I really focus on is the meaning of the word. More than that, the feel of it.
The world is filled with an inner conviction, a cord of truth and power that needs only to be unsnarled and drawn taut between its center and our own.
Some words have a special feel. Words like preak and zania, words like diaphomism and autochronous. Spelling them is nothing compared to just feeling them.
Flap, for God's sakes, you call it flapping, you're being found!
Special words with strange meanings. Limoculus. L-I-M-I-C-O-L-O-U-S. Limoculus means dwelling in mud. Words like servant just mean hungry. I used to stop right in the middle of spelling it. E-U-I. There are words I'd give my life for.
You're not concentrating.
I still have that film my grandmother made.
It's not working!
Keep trying, concentrate.
I'm not flying!
You will.
When I was little, I decided I wanted to be the greatest speller in history. My mom was only 15 in the movie. That wasn't the first strange thing Grandma made her do.
Artie, remember, inner conviction.
How are you coming up on NO and P? Is this a good time to call you?
Fine. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. Grandma can always help.
No, I've got the time, honest. I've got my dictionary right here.
Okay.
Okay. Peremptory.
We can just talk.
Come on. Peremptory. A region of air surrounding a moving body.
Peremptory. P-E-R-E-P-T-E-R-Y. Peremptory.
Good. Nyctotropic.
What?
Nyctotropic.
That's a word.
Of course it's a word. I see it in my work all the time.
What's it mean?
Tending to assume at nightfall positions, unlike those during the day, like leaves of certain plants.
That's a scientific word. They don't ask those much.
Oh, they don't? I'm sorry. Well, let's do...
I can give it a go.
Can you? Do you know it?
I can guess. Nyctotropic. N-Y-C-T-I-T-R-O-I-P-I-C. Nyctotropic.
That's correct. That's amazing. How do you do that? Okay, let's do another word. How about...
Mom? Mom?
What, honey?
Can we just talk?
We are talking.
Why don't you come over here and help me?
Well, I've been very busy these days, and you've got Dorothea and...
I want you to.
You've got me. I'm right here. You do. Now, let's do another word. How about... Oh, anything, really. How about orbit?
Orbit? Like the planets?
That's right.
You think I can't spell orbit?
Just spell it, and we'll move on, all right?
Can you just come over?
Echo? No.
Mom!
Just spell it, and we'll move on, all right?
Please?
Orbit.
Orbit. O-R-B-I-T. Orbit.
Thank you.
There's something about the Westbrook women, this expectation to be extraordinary. Sort of like having a disease in the family.
steep hill seems not to have done the trick. We are moving on, therefore, to the wooden tower.
When I was in my crib, my grandmother was always shoving words and numbers in front of me. The first thing I ever said was the Greek word for grandma.
My granddaughter is a born genius.
Dorothea raised me from the time I was 2. By the time I was 9, I could do calculus.
I'm not jumping off that tower.
Of course you are, dear.
You said this would be safe.
It is safe. Look at the tower's base. I've piled up dry leaves.
Dry leaves?
There will be a slight delay. My grandmother made me love words. My mom helped too, a little.
Are you my daughter or not?
When I was 12, I decided to be the greatest speller of history for life. I didn't realize only kids had spelling bees. I thought there was an adult division.
Now my daughter is, about 12 feet above the ground, and let go of the railing, dear.
No!
Don't be stubborn.
Dorothea was one of the notable eccentrics of her time.
You want to fly, don't you?
No!
I do. Well, then you must let go.
I fly with words. Oh, I know it sounds strange, but I do. Some words bring me up to a private altitude. Words like short liege, chivalry, words like undulate and Favonian. And the word that means playing with words. Logadidally. It's like a one-word yodel.
Why are you so afraid to make history?
No daughter of mine will ever know daughter of mine.
Artie?
Mom? Mom, are you there?
What, honey?
Can you come over?
I can't right now. What's wrong?
I'm the National Spelling Bee champion.
I know. You can be very proud of a year's work.
What'll I do next year?
What do you mean?
I already spelled everything there is to spell. I spelled Garble and Witherspoons and Fog Dog. I even spelled Tissus. Phthis. Tissus! Could you please come over?
Echo? No.
I even spelled eleemosynary, like it was cat or dog. I took this beautiful, amazing mechanism and spelled it.
Artie?
Don't take a negative attitude.
Don't take a negative attitude.
Why not? I took those words and turned them into something nugatory and ugsome.
Into what?
I made them serendipitous and memorial.
Speak English, damn it.
I am! Those are good English words!
Some words are meant to be spelled, not used.
I think spelling bees are the quiddity of heaven too.
Well, it appears we will not be able to complete our experiment today.
That's right.
What a pity. Hopefully, perhaps tomorrow?
Forget it.
You came so close on the hill.
Never! You are nuts, and now you're nuts on film!
Mom apologized for that later. Grandma never mentioned it again. She went right on to other projects. Astral projection, spontaneous combustion, communication with the dead. She never filmed any of those, though.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I forgive you.
I can feel my grandmother in me. My mom, too. There's something that flies straight through us, straight from Dorothea to me. It's like a gift.
The secret of flight lies in the assurance that we are worthy of flying.
I guess it's a gift.
For better or worse, for rich or for poor, my husband has delivered on the rich part, but the better, I'm not sure. And then to learn my soldier has returned. It's a blessing and a curse. Is it for better or for worse? To have and to hold, till death do us part. So certain that my soldier had been lost, and with him half my heart. I spoke those words to gain security. It was maybe a mistake, and the only choice to make. And so I built a home beyond my childhood dreams. I built the perfect place to stay, locked away, for better or worse. Came out east, I learned that it is not what feels the best, it is what will hurt the least. And when I thought that I might start again, got the thought out of my head, had a child with him instead. I knew I had to build a home and make it last, and fill it up with all the reason not to think about the past. We danced with those soldiers like they were ghosts. We kissed them with unspoken laughs goodbye, so certain that they were gone. We mourned them and then moved on, hoping half the heart not to build on. For better or worse, my vows have been made. I'm smart enough to know that I lose everything if I ever strayed. And all the while, my husband had his fun, and the roles are not reversed. It's for the better and the worse. A melody drifting across the bay, a song from a summer from long ago, a chorus that amplifies every last compromise. What good comes from knowing that he survived? What good comes from knowing what he became? To know there's an open door where there wasn't one before, and I wonder what he'd do if I walked through.
I wish the Argo never had set sail, had never flown to Colchis through the dark clashing rocks. I wish the pines had never been felled to fit their hands with oars, those heroes who went to seek the golden hilt for Pelias. My mistress then, Medea, never would have sailed away to reach the towers of Icarus's lands. The sight of Jason never would have stunned her spirit with desire. She would have never persuaded Pelias' daughters to kill their father. Never had to come to this land. Corn. Here, she's lived in exile with her husband and children, and Medea's presence pleased the citizens. For her part, she complied with Jason in all things. There is no greater security than this in all of the world, when a wife does not oppose her husband. But now there's only hatred. What should be most love has been contaminated, stricken since Jason has betrayed them, my lady and his own children, for a royal bed. He's married into power, Creon's daughter. Poor Medea, mournful and dishonored, shrieks at his broken oaths, the promise sealed with his right hand. She calls the gods to witness just how well Jason has repaid her. She won't touch food. Surrendering to pain, she notes away her days ever since she learned of this injustice. Her eyes are glued to the ground, her face won't raise. Friends talk to her, try to give her good advice. She listens the way a rock does, or an ocean wave. At the most, she'll turn her pale neck aside, sobbing to herself for her father, her home, her land, and all in which she betrayed for Jason, who now holds her in dishonor. This disaster made her realize a fatherland is no small thing to lose. She hates her children now, feels no joy in seeing them. I'm afraid she might be plotting something. Her mind is fierce. She will endure no ill treatment. I know her. I'm terrified to think of what thoughts she might be having right now. A sharpened knife blade thrust right through the liver. She can even go after the royal family, murder the bridegroom, make this disaster so much worse. She is a terror. There's no way to be her enemy and come out as the victor. But here come the children, resting from a day's games, with no idea of their mother's troubles. A child's mind is seldom filled with pain.
My children, you two have a city and home in which you'll live forever parted from your mother. You'll leave poor me behind, and I'll travel to another land and exile before I ever have the joy of seeing you blessed with fortune, before your wedding days, before I prepare the bed and hold the torch. My willfulness has caused me all this grief. And I raised you children, but it was no use. No use the way I toiled, how much it hurt, the pain of childbirth piercing like a thorn. And I had so much hope when you were born. You'd tend to my old age. And when I died, you wrapped me up in my shroud and hold me in your arms. An admirable fate for anyone. That sweet thought has now been crushed. You'll be forever parted from your mother, and I'll spend my years in sorrow and in pain. Your eyes will no longer look upon your mother. You'll move on to a different life. Oh God, your eyes, the way they look at me. My children, why do you smile at me your very last smile? Why should I do this? The heart goes out of me when I look at my children shining up. I can't do it. Farewell to the plans I had before. I can't do it. Why should I? Just to cause their father pain. Cause twice the pain myself by hurting them. I can't do it. I'll take them with me. But wait. What's wrong with me? What do I want? To let my enemies laugh at me? To let them go unpunished? What I need is the nerve to do it. I was such a weakling to let such a soothing thought enter my mind. Whoever is not permitted to admit these rights, my sacrifices, let that be his concern. I will not hold back the force that is within my hands. But oh no, my spirit, please not that. Spare the children, leave them alone, I'll take them with me, they'll bring you joy. By the avenging ones who live below in Hades. No, I will not leave my children at the mercy of my enemy's outrage. Anyway, the thing's already done. She won't escape. The crown is on her head, the royal bride's destroyed, wrapped up in her robes, I know it! Now, I set foot on a path that will forever break my heart. I want to speak to my children. My children. Give me your hands. Give them to your mother. Let me kiss them. Oh, how I love these hands. How I love these mouths. Their noble embrace. Oh, my children. Your father took everything that was once here. And now, I hope that you are blessed with fortune in the other place. Oh, your sweet embrace, your tender skin, your lovely breath. Oh, my children. Go. Go, now go!
impressions of people are never wrong.
How nice of you to like me so much after we have known each other such a comparatively short time. Pray sit down.
I may call you Cicely, may I not? With pleasure. And you will always call me Gwendolen, won't you?
If you wish.
Then that is all quite settled, is it not?
I hope so.
Perhaps now is a favorable opportunity of my mentioning of who I am. My father is Lord Bracknell. You have never heard of Papa, I suppose?
I don't think so.
I think that is quite as it should be. Outside the family circle, Papa, I am glad to say, is entirely unknown. I think the home is the proper sphere for the man, and certainly, once a man begins to neglect his domestic duties, he becomes painfully effeminate, does he not? And I don't like that. I think it makes men so very attractive. Oh, Mama, whose views on education are remarkably strict, has brought me up to be extremely short-sighted. It is part of her system. So, do you mind my looking at you through my glasses?
Not at all, Gwendolen. I'm very fond of being looked at.
You are here on a short visit, I suppose.
No, I live here.
Mother, or some other female relative of advanced years resides here as well?
I have no mother, nor, in fact, any relations.
Really?
My guardian, with the assistance of Miss Prism, has the arduous task of looking after me.
Your guardian?
Yes, I am Mr. Worthing's ward.
How strange! He never mentioned to me that he had a ward. How secretive of him! He grows more interesting hourly. Cicely, I have liked you ever since I met you. But now that I know you are Mr. Worthing's ward, I cannot help but expressing, well, a wish that you were just a little older than you seem to be, and not quite so very alluring in appearance. In fact, if I may speak candidly,
Pray do. I think that whenever one has anything unpleasant to say, one should always be quite candid.
well, to speak with perfect candor, I wish that you were fully 42 and more than usually plain for your age. Oh, Ernest has a strong, upright nature. He's the very soul of truth and honor. Just loyalty would be as natural to him as deception. But even men of the noblest possible moral character are extremely susceptible to the physical charms of others. Modern, no less than ancient history supplies us with many painful examples of what I refer to.
I beg your pardon, Gwendolen. Did you say Ernest?
Yes.
Oh! But it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is my guardian. It is his brother, his elder brother.
Oh! Ernest never mentioned to me that he had a brother.
I'm afraid to say they have not been on good terms for quite some time now.
Oh, well, that accounts for it. And now that I think of it, I don't think I've heard any man mention his brother. The subject seems distasteful to most men. Cicely, you have lifted a load from my mind. I was beginning to almost feel anxious. Of course, you are quite sure it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is your guardian.
Quite sure. In fact, I am to be his.
I beg your pardon.
Dearest Gwendolen, there's no reason why I should make a secret of it to you. Our little county newspaper sure to chronicle the fact next week. Mr. Ernest Worthing and I are engaged to be married.
I'm afraid there might be some misunderstanding, for Mr. Ernest Worthing and I I are engaged. The announcement is to appear in the Morning Post on Saturday at the latest.
I'm afraid you might be under some disconception, dearest Gwendolyn, because Ernest proposed to me exactly 5 minutes ago.
I'm very curious. Mr. Ernest Worthing proposed to me yesterday afternoon at 5:30. If you care to verify the incident, pray do so. I never travel without my diary. One must always have something sensational to read on the train. I am so sorry if it comes as any disappointment to you, but it appears I have the prior claim.
It would distress me more than I can tell you, dearest Gwendolyn, if it has caused you any mental or physical anguish, but I feel bound to point out the fact that since Ernest proposed to me, he clearly has changed his mind.
If my poor boy has been entrapped in any foolish engagement, I shall consider it my duty to rescue him at once and with a firm hand.
Whatever unfortunate entanglement my dear boy may have gotten himself into, I will never reproach him with the fact after we are married.
Do you allude to me, Miss Cardew, as an entanglement? You are presumptuous. On an occasion such as this, it becomes more than a moral duty to speak one's mind. It becomes a pleasure.
Do you suggest to me, Miss Fairfax, that I interrupt Ernest into an engagement? How dare you! This is no time for wearing a shallow mask of manners. When I see a spade, I call it a spade.
I'm glad to say I have never seen a spade. It is clear our social spheres have been widely different. Are there many interesting walks in the vicinity, Miss Cardew?
Quite a few. From a hill quite close to here, one can see 5 counties.
5 counties? I don't think I should like that. I hate crowds.
I suppose that is why you live in London.
Quite a well-kept garden, Miss Cardew.
Oh, I'm so glad you like it.
I had no idea there were any flowers in the country.
Flowers are as common here as people in London.
I have no idea how anybody manages to exist in the country, if anybody who is anybody does.
I believe that is what the newspapers call agricultural depression. It seems that aristocracy seems to be suffering from it very much as present. It seems to be almost an epidemic amongst them.
Thank you. Detestable girl, but I require tea. No, thank you. Sugar is not fashionable anymore.
Cake or bread and butter?
Oh, bread and butter, please. Cake is rarely seen at the best houses nowadays. You have filled my tea with lumps of sugar. And though I most distinctly asked for bread and butter, you have given me cake. I am known for the extraordinary sweetness kindness of my nature and the gentleness of my disposition. But I warn you, Miss Cardew, you may go too far.
To save my dear trusting boy from the machinations of any other woman, there are no lengths to which I would not go.
From the moment I saw you, I distrusted you. I knew you were false and deceitful. I am never deceived in such matters. My first impressions of people are invariably right.
It seems to me, Miss Fairfax, that I am trespassing on your valuable time. No doubt you have many calls of similar character to make in the neighborhood.
Once upon a time, there was a little boy upon whom his mother and father showered nothing but love, kindness, warmth, all that stuff. He had his own little room in a big house in the middle of a pretty forest. He wanted for nothing. All the toys in the world were his, all the paints, all the books, paper, pens, all the seeds of creativity were implanted in him from an early age. And it was writing that became his first love. Short stories, fairy tales, little novels, all happy, sweet, colorful things about bears and piglets and angels and so forth. And some of them were good. Some of them were very good. His parents' experiment had worked. The first part of his parents' experiment had worked. It was the night of his 7th birthday that the nightmares first started. The room next door to the boys had always been kept, bolted and padlocked, for reasons the boy never quite knew, but never quite questioned, until the low whirring of drills, the dull scritchety-scratchety of bolts being tightened, the dull fuzz of unknown things electrical, and the muffled screams of a gagged child began to emanate through its thick brick walls on a nightly basis. "What were all those noises last night, Mama?" he'd ask after each long, desperate, sleepless night, to which his mother would ever reply,
Oh, little cat, that's just your wonderful but overactive imagination playing tricks on you.
"Oh, do all little boys of my age hear such sounds of abomination nightly?"
Oh no, just the extraordinarily talented one.
"Oh, cool." And that was that. And his parents kept encouraging him, and the boy kept writing, and the sounds of the whirs and the screams went on and on. And his stories got darker and darker and darker. They got better and better due to the love and encouragement, as is often the case, but they got darker and darker due to the constant sound of child torture, as is also often the case. It was on his 14th birthday A day of which he was awaiting the results of a short story competition he'd been shortlisted for, that a note slipped out from underneath the locked door. A note which read, "They have loved you and tortured me for 7 straight years. For no other reason than as an artistic experiment which has worked. You don't write about little green pigs anymore, do you?" And the note was signed, "Your brother." And the note was written in blood. The boy axed through the door to find his parents sitting there, smiling. His father doing some drill noises, his mother doing the muffled screams of a gagged child. They had a little pot of pig's blood between them. And his father told him to look at the other side of the note. And he did. And he found out he'd won the 50 pounds first prize in the short story competition. They laughed. The second part of his parents' experiment was complete. They moved house soon after that. And though the nightmare sounds ended, the boy's writing stayed dark and twisted, but good. And it was on the day his first novel was to be published, the boy decided to revisit his childhood home. He idled around his old bedroom, all the paints and toys still strewn about. And he walked in the old locked room, all the drills and old electrical cord just lying there, and he smiled at the insanity of the very idea of it all. But his smile faded when he came across the corpse of a 14-year-old child, not a bone of which wasn't broken or burned, in whose hand there lay a story written in blood. And the boy read that story, a story that could have only been written under the most sickening of circumstances. And it was the sweetest, most gentlest thing he had ever read. But what was worse, it was better than anything he'd ever written, or ever would. So he burned that story and vowed to tell no one of what he had seen. Not his parents, not his publishers, not anyone. The final part of his parents' experiment was complete. The Turian story, the writer and the writer's brother, ended there on a fashionably downbeat note, not touching upon the equally as downbeat but more self-incriminating details of a truer story. That after he'd read that blood-written note and axed through the door, it was there he found his brother, alive as such, but brain damaged beyond repair. And that night, the 14-year-old birthday boy held a pillow over his father's head for a little while. And after waking her up for just a moment to let her see her cold, dead, blue husband, he held a pillow over his mother's head for a little while too.
Okay. Here's the deal as far as I can figure it. From the moment you're born, from the moment you sleep slither out like some kind of seafood catch of the day until you're like 6. You're aces. Everyone loves you. You got people coming to visit you from all over, and not just relatives or family. No, strangers, people you find right off the street. Serial killers who have wiped out half the town, and they crook their fingers at you and make goo-goo eyes and twist their face into these weird faces. And all they really want from you is just a little laugh. They're on their hands and knees praying and pleading for you to just smile. They're like fanatics at some holy shrine or something, and all you can really do is just stare back at them, stone-faced, not even blinking an eye. Then, when you're like 10 or 11, everyone starts to split. And you don't really notice it at first, because you kind of wanted them gone anyway, but then you start to get lonely and bored, and there's nothing to watch on TV, and you just want a body to gripe to. So, you start to wander. You wander and you wander and you wander everywhere and you wander in the dark until you bump into somebody. But when you bump into somebody, your face puffs up into the stupid grin, and you start to hop on one foot, and you're doing cartwheels and you're pole vaulting 20 feet up in the air, and all of a sudden you have broken the world record! Until you realize that nobody was even watching. Nobody could care less. And you look in the mirror, you understand why. You are ugly. Your teeth are bent in all different directions. You have an overbite like Rocky the Raccoon, and your eyes roll back into your head like a child looking for their mommy. And then you look at your skin. Oh God, your skin. You have things growing out of your skin. You might as well have scientists calling you up to get samples for their lab. And oh, your body. Oh God, your body. You have rashes covering you from head to toe, raw and oozing, and they're in these obscene shapes like glow-in-the-dark sailor tattoos or something, and your body's both bony and fat at the same time. So, you learn how to change in your locker. You bolt it from the inside shut, and you put things in the slats so that nobody could see inside. And one day, your best friend Gina, who's a real cut-up, decides to call the safecrackers in. So here I am, one day, at school in my locker, naked. It happened to be a school assembly that day. So they're rolling all the banks of lockers into the auditorium. And there are cameras rolling everywhere. And there's Gina calling to tell everyone that there is a bomb scare. What? That happened. Okay, maybe it didn't happen. Maybe it didn't happen exactly like that. Maybe the cameras weren't actually there. But I do have a story that's a lot like it. I was in the 8th grade. I was in the girls' locker room. And I was about to give the all clear signal. I could already feel that cool water all over my scaly body. But when I walked out my locker, I came face to face with the whole offensive line of the JV football team in full gear, with their mouths hanging open and their cleats clacking against the floor. And there's Gina, swinging my towel in the air and laughing in this way. I couldn't even recognize her. It's like she came from another planet or something, and the whole JV football team came from another planet where they were born wearing those shiny helmets. But all I could do was smile. It freaked everyone out. me included, but I kept having these visions that in the not-so-distant future, Gina would be looking for me because she got her heart broken by some football jock, but this time, she wouldn't be able to find me because I'd be stepping out of this scaly body like an ugly dress, like a pus-oozing ugly dress, and I'll be walking into this new life as shiny and bright as those damn helmets. But I started to feel bad for Gina. I knew that underneath it all, she had to be a really good person, right? I mean, she's like the bestest friend I could ever have. Sometimes, sad things happen to good people, right? I mean, that's like the whole point of life. That's like what I wanted to say in the first place. Yeah.
Jerry! Yeah, hey, it's me. Oh, I'm at the airport. Oh, they just delayed my flight and they're gonna stick us on another plane. Oh, no problem. I've got the gold card. Just a sec, Jerry. Someone's asking me something. This is the gold card line. Do you have a gold card? One of these? Oh, you don't have a gold card. See that long line running all the way down through the terminal? That's your line. No, I don't know where you get one. Sorry. Good luck. Have a nice flight. Jerry? Yeah, so no. Things have been very mellow. Yeah, I've been taking this meditation course. Oh, it's great. Only takes 30 seconds a day, and the best part is you can be doing something else at the same time. Oh, and me and the fam just got back from vacation, man. Oh yeah, sort of a working vacation. Pittsburgh! In the morning I had sea clients, and in the afternoon went sightseeing, visited coal mines. So, listen, Jerry. The reason I wanted to call you is they're keeping me out in LA through the weekend, so gonna have to scratch that golf date. Yeah. So how's next week? No? Week after's no good for me. And then next month I've got that convention in Chicago. Then I hit Detroit, Tampa, Osaka, Vancouver, Mexico City, and Ulan Bator. Then after that's my busy period. Well, hey, listen, Jerry. We'll get together sooner or later. We're best friends, aren't we? Yeah, why don't I call you, say, in 2 months? How's that sound? Yeah. And hey, it was great getting together with you last year. Sorry I had to leave a little early. I had a client in town. Yeah. Oh, no. I gotta go too. So, yeah, no problem. I gotta go too. Say hi to Janie. Judy. Excuse me. This is a line. We're standing in a line here. This isn't some new age party game. It's a line. Oh, okay. No problem, man. Honest mistake. I'm curious, though. You came in here, saw all of us standing in line, and thought, what? Oh, look at them standing in line. I'll just cut in front of them. Screw them. You know what? Screw you! Watch my language. Watch my language. You walk in here, treat me like shit on your shoe, and you want me to watch my language? You know what you are, pal. You're the kind of guy when they have those soccer games in Europe, a riot breaks out and everyone's running and rushing for the gates. You're the one who stepped on some baby's windpipe. You know what you are. You're the kind of guy when a plane crashes in the Andes, all the survivors are freezing and starving to death. You're the one who starts chewing on someone's leg. But why should you care what I have to say? I'm nothing to you. You're never going to see me again. Just one more anonymous human being in your way. I could drop dead right here, right at your feet. You just step right over me. Oh, lucky day, an extra spot in line. You know what you are, pal. You're everything that's wrong with the world today. Nobody wants to participate in civilization anymore. That's what this is. This line of 10 people. This is civilization. And you are the Dark Ages, pal. You're the barbaric hordes crashing down. You're the Mongols, the Huns, the Visigoths, the Turks. Why don't you just get a sword and chop us all to pieces? Then there'd be no one in line ahead of you. Yeah, you can just stick our heads on poles, maybe send us to a camp someplace. Yeah, go stand in that line. That's not the gold card line. Tanya? Oh, honey. Jeremy, it's Daddy. Is Mommy there? It's really important. I have to talk to Mommy right now. Daddy, the guy who lives in your house. Yeah, I'm at the airport. It's an emergency. I have to talk to Mommy right now. Yes, I'm gonna fly in a big airplane. No, I don't think the plane's gonna go boom and crash. That wouldn't be nice, now would it? Can you just get Mommy, please? What? Of course I'll get you something. Well, I don't know, something. Yes, it'll be worth at least $20. Can you just get Hello? Hello? Sonia, why are you letting him pick up the phone? Whoa, I don't know, an emergency. The plane was about to crash, and I wanted to call you telling me I love you, and I'm explaining the meeting like to a 6-year-old. Well, I don't know. They canceled my flight, and they moved me from line to line, and the battery on my laptop went down, and I've been fibrillating from all the cappuccinos I've been drinking. Well, I don't know what they did before laptops. I'm just saying. Honey, I called you to tell you that I'm not going to be home tomorrow. I know, it's our anniversary, but... Oh, you want me to come home? Of course I can do that. I can come home. I can come home right now. I won't have a job, but I can come home. You want me to come home right now? I can stay home with you. We can make tie-dye t-shirts, candles, macrame. Honey, don't say that. We spend loads of quality time together. What about Pittsburgh? You got to wear that neat hat with a little light in the front. Oh, now you're crying. Come on! Oh shit, they're calling me for my flight. Listen, I promise the second I get back, we'll take the freaking flyer miles and we'll go someplace nice. Someplace expensive. With a spa, yes. Facials, pedicures. Well, I don't know if they'll have liposuction. I don't have the brochure with me. Honey, let me just get on the plane and I'll call you on the plane. And Sonia, listen. The next time you feel bad about us never being together, just think about it like this. Me and you, together all the time, working a double shift at a McDonald's. All right, okay. All right, okay, I gotta go, okay. Bye.
Women of the Brookline senior class, I give to you the last pajama party.
Do they drink this stuff in college?
I drink this stuff on the moon.
We're running dangerously low on Cheetos.
Do they eat Cheetos in college?
Marsha, you're not going to Samoa. You're going to the University of Michigan. Aside from eating freshmen on toast, it won't be a lot different from here, I think.
My sister says it's different.
Your sister goes to Harvard. Harvard isn't a college, it's a religion.
What if it is different? What if they think I'm a zonk? What if everyone is beautiful and pre-corpused and focused and competitive and I'm howling in the dust of the road?
Then you can come back here and go on working at Burger King.
You can marry Zach and have 1.3 children and become a volunteer at Cotillion.
Erie, Pennsylvania, the town that ate its young.
Let me out of here!
I'm gonna miss you guys. I'm gonna hate college. I'm gonna be miserable.
You're already miserable.
Yeah, but that's because of the Kim test.
What'd you get?
A 33? She said it was an all-time low on a midterm. I studied too.
How long?
During the commercials.
See, you're not college material. Gotta lay out a year and come with me to Europe.
Will you stop saying that? Where am I gonna get the money?
Sell your car. Do what I do. Get a job over there.
Annette, you are an obsessed person, a grind, and a planner. You have given up your life and your weekends to study Japanese so you can get a job in Europe. Nobody learns Japanese in high school. You need professional help.
They have hamburgers in Europe. You can find work in your field.
Now that is all low.
I'm just saying she can do what she wants to.
If I knew what that was, I have an idea. Let's go as a group to the principal's office and beg her to keep us in high school another year.
If I had to go to high school one more year, I would burn it down.
Why do you have to go to California where no one will ever see you again?
The sun is my god.
Seriously.
They gave me a scholarship, sweetie.
Why does everything have to change? It's such a waste. It's taken us years to become friends and find the best pizza, and now we're throwing it all away.
Time marches on.
Seriously, you guys. I went to therapy for 2 years so I could stand my family, and now I'm leaving them. My wardrobe is finally perfection, and now I'm going to Michigan where it'd be all wrong.
If it makes you feel better, I hate your wardrobe.
You do not.
It makes you look like an unmade bed.
We're supposed to look like unmade beds. It's a fashion statement.
Repeat after me. Life is change.
Won't you two miss each other? You're like sisters.
You gotta move on.
Hey, at least more Christmas card material. Martha, don't look so bummed. We're kidding.
You're not kidding, not really. I want to stay in Erie. I want to shop at Save a Step. I want to drive by my high school and know I
are stayers. Some people seek out the land and build the house, and other people go on the next journey and on to the next wagon. Me, I'm on the wagon. Annette, she's on the boat. And you're a stayer. It's a good thing.
What am I gonna do with Japanese in Erie, Pennsylvania? Marcia, I've known I've wanted out of here since they voted me strangest girl in the freshman class. They love you. They elect you everything. You even won a pie contest at the state fair. My pies are certified lethal weapons. There's a right place for everybody. Give us a break.
Anyway, you're not staying here. You're going to Michigan.
So what happens to us?
You want the straight dope?
Yeah.
Well, first summer, we come back and we hang out. Then the next summer, we call on the phone and we give each other presents. Then after that, we tell our mothers to tell your mothers that we're doing great. And then 10 years later, we come back for the reunion. And after that, it's up for grabs.
But that's terrible!
But it's true.
Want to know what we should do?
What?
Make sure we never forget.
How could I forget you? You filled the front seat of my Volkswagen with shaving cream.
It cost me $18, but at least it was just the driver's side. Here,
What?
we have a blood ceremony. We cut our hands, we mingle the blood, we never forget.
All fake.
I'll mar my uncomparable beauty.
We're doing it. Marsha, we're not talking about slitting our wrists. It's the equivalent of a paper cut.
I can't.
You can. Who's next?
This is like the Druids or the Zulus or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Dare me.
I dare you. I double dare you. I dare you on your grandmother's grave.
Hey, I always take a dare. Oh, that hurts.
This makes me nauseous.
You said you didn't want to forget us.
I can't.
Come on. That's why everyone leaves town.
But Dad, I can't.
I'll give my reasons. More worthier than their voices. They know the corn was not our recompense, resting well assured that never did service for it, being pressed to the war, even when the navel of the state was touched, they would not thread the gates. This kind of service did not deserve corn gratis. Being in the war, their mutinies and revolts, wherein they showed most valor, spoke not for them. The accusation which they have often made against the Senate could never be the motivation of our so frank donation. Well, what then? How shall the bison multitude digest the Senate's courtesy? Let deeds express what it's like to be their words. We did request it. We are the greater poll. In true fear, they gave us our demands. Thus we debase the nature of our seats and make the rabble call our cans fierce, which will, in time, break open the locks of the Senate and let in the crows to peck the eagles. No, take more. What may be sworn by both divine and human seal, what I end with all this double worship, where one part does disdain with cause, the other insult without all reason, where gentry, title, wisdom cannot conclude by the yeah and the no of the general ignorance. It must admit real necessities and give way the while to unstable slightness. Purpose so barred, it follows. Nothing is done to purpose. Therefore, beseech you, you would be less fearful than discreet. You who love the fundamental part of the state more than you doubt the change on it. You who rather live a noble life than a long, that wish to jump a body with a dangerous physic. At once pluck out the multitudinous tongue. Let them not lick the sweet which is their poison. Your dishonor mangles true judgment. It bereaves the state of that integrity which should become it, not having the power to do the good it would for the end which doth control it, thou wretch, despite overwhelm thee. What should the people do with these bald tribunes, on whom depending their obedience fails to the greater bench? In a rebellion, when what's not meet but what must be was law, then were they chosen. In a better hour, let what is meet be said it must be meet, and throw their power in the dust.
7th grade. Endless games of truth or dare. Double dates to Shay's Arcade. When I close my eyes, I'm there. I think my mother took this picture back when we were all just friends. Memories that fade and blend. Burn again when I pretend. Life is short and life is strange. Troubled now and troubled past. Times have changed, they rearrange. And little girls grow up so fast. Feel it how it grows inside me. Swirling ball of anguish cries. Haunted, daunted, so unwanted. Feel it chamber in me rise. Dream a dream, then dash another. Life is there to interrupt. Someone out there call my mother. Look at me, Mom, I'm all grown up. All those years she scrimped and saved, and now, of course, it comes to this. If only Ivy had behaved or learned to stop at just a kiss. It hits me paralyzing shudder. Face the music, take a bow. Just another unwed mother. One more sad statistic now. Dream a dream, then dash another. Life is there to interrupt. Someone out there call my mother. Look at me, I'm all grown up. Look at me, I'm all grown up. Analyze and make decisions. Who to tell and where to go. Follow someone else's visions or trust my own. I don't know if I'm supposed to love this child. Is it just that simple then? Tell me how this change happened. Tell me how and tell me when. Tell me how and tell me when. Dream a dream, then dash another. Life is there to interrupt. Someone out there tell my mother. Look at me, I'm all grown up. Story ends in total damage. It's an unforgiving world. 17, how will I manage? How can I just a girl.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Oh, I love you so much. Thank you. This is the best moment of my life. I am so grateful to receive this beautiful, glorious, magical, glistening crown. I'm so proud to be your Miss Lake Teen, Colorado, and I'm so thrilled to represent our great state in Virginia Beach this summer. I would like to thank some very important people who have helped me with my polished beauty and brilliant. My beauty trainer, my mentor, my spirit guide Stan, you never gave up on me. Because you didn't have to. My friends, Tammy, Tanya, Lorraine, Melinda, Cassie, Jenny, Jennifer, Jenna, Emily's KVB, and W, Tony, Bobby, Maxine, or should I say Maxie Pads? Sorry, Maxine. The entire horse species. And finally, my ex-boyfriend Chet, who showed me what it truly means to love in a physical way. And most importantly, there was no way on the entire planetary globe I would be here tonight if not for the undying rivers of endless support from my loving family. Mom, Dad, I love you so much. Travis, my brother. Not really. I would like to dedicate this late teen crown to all the contestants who couldn't be here tonight. Miss Lakewood, Miss Castle Rock, and Miss Federal Heights, who couldn't compete because of the horrible tragic events that have taken place at their schools. We wish you all a speedy recovery. This crown is for you. I want to use this crown to change the world. If I can change one life, one little insignificant life, I think it would justify the beauty that God has given me.